This is Chang take number 4. I hope it's the last one, but the other 3 were really long and I was afraid you're going to fall asleep just like you do during my lectures. So, to the graduating class of 2013.
This year's third-year class rocked. You guys are a very, very special class. I absolutely enjoyed learning alongside of you. Godspeed with your next assignment, with your move. I hope to hear from all of you in the future. God bless you all.
Pete Lennox. He's one of my favorites.
She's his team chief.
I'm his team chief. Lucky me. So this guy seems like the flighty, airhead, dumb blonde.
The first thing that comes to my mind when I think of the name Lennox is I just think of a smile. I just think of a cheerful guy who, come what may, he's always happy and pleasant and very upbeat. And it makes it really nice to be around you. I always look forward to seeing you. Just seeing you kind of makes my day brighter and better.
Whenever I think of you, I just smile and laugh.
But man, he is on top of things. Like, he gets his stuff done when he's supposed to get done. Way more so than I do.
Pete Lennox. Quite the interesting guy. The first person I've ever seen super glue a mustache to a piece of Scotch tape. Also, probably the first person that I know who's burned a hole in his boat. And I'm actually really excited that you guys are going to be sticking around. And a little disappointed because I wanted to buy your boat, but hey, at least we get to have you around town.
What can I say? I've never met a more enthusiastic mustache march promoter.
Pete Lennox, fun. Creepy mustache, though.
The creepy mustache has to go.
Mm-hmm. Please don't do that again.
I
know it's an Air Force thing. Just let it go. Move on. It's just not you. It's not gonna.
So, several
Did I
times.
mention you should let the mustache go? Something about Paul Tilton that reminds me of Chuck Norris. Like,
Paul Tilton doesn't jump; he pushes down the world.
And the only regret I have is that you didn't teach me how to throw a knife.
Superman wears Paul Tilton pajamas.
Boom.
I'm glad he's on our side. He's another one of those, no drama, just less said, better, just get her done.
Without him, I could never have done any of the trauma theme days. He was the go-to guy to set up the Hurlburt Sim Lab and get the third years rolling through there.
Like, he's got his stuff together.
Mm-hmm.
And Paul, I think the world of you. I've always admired how fit and fast you are. I've always looked up to you about that.
Can't think of any more.
I look forward to not hearing what you're doing, because if I do hear what you're doing, it probably means you messed up.
The boogeyman checks under the bed for Paul Tilton. Mm-hmm.
To Dr. Altman, thank you for being true to your Southern self.
Best of my favorite memories of Altman probably involve discussing cage fighting.
Awesome hair.
Yes.
But I guess I can kind of see a slight correlation between MMA and OMT, and I know you're very much into that.
No, you say some crazy stuff.
I'll always remember that being in labor is like pushing a car from here to Tennessee, and that's kind of accurate.
She has a lot of good quotes. I couldn't even keep track of all of them. Man.
I tried.
But she really likes violence, but she really knows her UFC fighters pretty well, and I'm thinking Jimi Hendrix actually has a chance against GSP. Just putting it out there. Dr. Sneed, I just wanted to thank you for when we were on inpatient together, and I made the mid-student do introductions, and we all had to jump into the room or dance while he was giving our introduction. I just want to thank you for being a good sport and for actually walking into the room and when they were doing your intro.
So we have been trying to dig up dirt on Lashika.
She's got that beautiful smile that's always there, and
you know something else is
that's
going on.
right.
Lashika Sneed, what I will remember you most for is all the Sunday afternoons that we spent together on the OB deck, kind of sitting there staring at the screen and waiting for a baby to be delivered. You and I had an uncanny knack of waiting all day long for a delivery to happen and then going to a cesarean section.
a natural leader, I would say. I always felt silly reviewing her notes in Alta. I don't know if I ever caught anything, not even a spelling error. Maybe a spelling, I don't know.
I never caught any spelling errors.
Dr. Story, my team chief resident, my fellow triathlete. I'm kind of a triathlete, not really.
So we just love those guys. Like, we're going to miss them a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They're part of our family. We're close, got in close to them over the 3 years here. We came in together and we bonded, and now we're going to lose them. It's going to be a hard loss.
Hey, Story, I just wanted to tell you that it's been a supreme pleasure just knowing you. You are upbeat, you're fun to work with, you enjoy the work of medicine, but you're also very thoughtful, and you're very insightful. I've learned a lot from you, and the ways that you try to make decisions and the times that you would haggle with me.
Thank you also for the opportunity to get to know your family, who is just wonderful. Thanks for letting me witness and be there for the birth of Joel. He was one of my first deliveries at Eglin, so that's obviously a very special memory.
He has an awesome, wonderful family. We wish you guys all the best and know that you're going to continue to be jovial and an excited person no matter where you go. So good luck to you.
So Josh Story would say, I like your wife better than you, but I like you a lot.
I also wanted to say thanks for growing your family at the same time that I grew my family. Just wanted to say for the rest of you out there that haven't started yet, get cracking, especially you, Cruz.
Janet Cruz. Gosh, so much to say about Janet.
But Cruz, remember thinking, you know, she's very fun, very straightforward with her thoughts. Like you know what she's thinking.
I love working with her because she's just no nonsense. Just takes care of things with no drama. So I'm gonna miss her.
And you gave me inside scoop of what was going on, and helped me feel comfortable with what I was doing, and your confidence and your judgment are invaluable.
And even when you seem frustrated, you have a smile on your face. I don't know how you do it, but I really appreciate it.
By far, Janet and her husband have the most creative names for their pets, and I enjoyed watching them from time to time. I will miss Chewy, and I don't even know what they call the cat, but I'm going to call it Yoda. I think that's what they call it, actually.
Yeah. Dr. Cruz, it's a great doc. She doesn't know it.
Mm-hmm.
Creech, I forgot to tell you, man. Listen, when you get to be faculty, the first bit you're gonna feel like you don't know what you're doing. It's just like being an intern all over again, except the stakes feel higher. And don't worry, it goes away, or at least it decreases to a tolerable roar. And
Creech, Dr. Death, as I like to call him.
Dude, I love scope days when I realize I'm working with Creech. He's just awesome.
helping me. I'm a better physician for having known you.
Psalms 10:19, where there are many words, sin is not absent, and he who holds his tongue is wise.
So you seem really wise because you can't get many words out because you speak so slowly.
Because he has found more cancers than all of the other doctors in Eglin Air Force Base combined.
I can't think of any negative thing to say about you, even when you dropped the scope twice in the scope room. Granted, those are tens of thousands. Probably not the best time to talk about it.
One of my all-time favorite moments here at Eglin was watching your face as you put the ultrasound probe on Rachel's belly and diagnosed her twin pregnancy.
When things do get rushed and fast and do matter, that same slowness is so appreciated. We absolutely trust you, and I think we trust you far more than you trust yourself.
Kramer, it has been an honor being your team chief.
Kramer, thanks for the fish.
So I'm going to leave the hair alone because I think everybody's going to comment on your just ability to grow hair. Oh,
Impressive.
I guess I just commented on it.
And for how calm you are under pressure, even if the pressure is coming from me to get your stuff done.
he partners with his patients and educates.
Thank you for showing us all how to be such an excellent teacher of your patients. Your patients love you. Your bedside manner is excellent.
Matt Kramer, definitely going to miss your mustache, and might actually have a chance at winning Mustache March when the time comes this upcoming year.
I didn't really click with Roper until the end. We had lots of good relationships, and somehow she was. I saw her as a wonderful resident, but it was very much of just watching her work. You know, and I saw her do a great job, and I knew I could trust her and stuff. But really, the friendship, the more deeper relationship came much later, unfortunately, and I feel sorry about that. Like I feel like just started becoming friends.
So, Jen Roper was the first resident that I delivered a baby with as a staff, as a faculty. And I can imagine she was just beginning her second year at the time. And I can guarantee you that I was way more terrified during that delivery than she was.
We like Jennifer Roper.
You're very approachable and you're very hardworking, and I think you're an excellent physician. At this stage in the game, you are better than me.
My fellow lady who sometimes turns red when you're put on the spot. I understand how it is, but it's not a big deal.
She's the only one that knows how to wrangle Strawbridge.
Oh yeah. Roper, gentle strength.
You're an awesome teacher. It's been great working with you. I'm going to heavily recruit you to Offutt in a few years, if you don't mind.
Strawberry. Oh, Dr. Strawbridge, it has been such an adventure to be your team chief. I can honestly say I've never had a resident like you before, nor will I probably ever have a resident like you again.
Might as well Strawbridge. Philip Strawbridge. I appreciate his weaknesses because I own them. We've talked a lot about. I see a lot of myself in Philip.
Of course, there was that time as an intern that he tried to get the nurses to call him as the future Surgeon General of the Air Force.
But really enjoyed doing C-sections with him. I felt like everything that everybody picks on you about
melts away,
and you see someone that's just eager to learn, very humble, and listening for direction and caring about the patient and
caring about the techs.
Everything that you're doing, but sometimes gets masked.
Or the time I tried to get Colonel Jablonski to do push-ups for not knowing the Padua score. But besides that, he's done real well.
So he's a way better speller than you, first of all. So he doesn't share that weakness.
You amaze me at the things that you can accomplish. Between you and Dr. Dooley, I think the IT future of the Air Force is secure.
I've seen you grow amazingly in the time that we've been able to spend together. I think you have a good heart, and I encourage you to just continue to grow, and good luck to you. I think you will make an excellent Air Force physician.
All right, Strawbridge, so we had our month together. I think my last thing that my last memory of you was being on call here, waiting for somebody who's in labor, and I'm sleeping on the floor in this office, and the phone goes off, and you go, or maybe you page me first, and you say, a patient in the ICU is dying, get up here. And I was like, and it was like the worst way to wake up ever, and I ran up there, and as I was running, my heart's beating from running, and I get more and more nervous, and by the time I got up the stairs, I was just like out of my mind with nervousness, and then got there, and the guy's blood pressure was cool, his pulse was cool, but he was like rigid as a board, and I think his pH was like 7.1 or something like that. And in that very stressful situation, you were actively taking steps to manage and to take care of the patient and to stabilize them. And I'll always remember that there was a bad situation, and it was nervous, and the people around were nervous, but you were still still moving forward, still making decisions, still getting stuff done. I credit you.
All right, Stevensons, this is your
helping out.
2-minute warning.
I'm on the last one, man.
We liked the other classes, but we'll deeply miss you guys.
Hey, class of 2013. Great job.
And finally, let me just take a few seconds to say to the entire Eglin Family Medicine Residency Clinic, to all of our technicians, to our nurses, to our administrative staff, to all of the residents, outgoing, incoming, and current residents, and of course to my fellow faculty. This has been a wonderful, wonderful 3 years. I'm really thankful that I was ever hired to begin with. I'm not sure what Dr. Haynes was thinking, but I'm glad he took a chance because it has been so much fun. It's been a lot of hard work and a lot of learning and getting past things that made me very uncomfortable as a new faculty, feeling like I had no idea what I was doing, and sometimes I really didn't. But I feel like I've grown so much as a doctor and as a person, and you will all be missed very much by myself and my entire family. And please think of us next year in the winter when we are buried in 8 feet of snow and shoveling our driveway every day while you guys are laying out on the beach with sandals and sunglasses in December enjoying the turquoise waters of the Emerald Coast. We will really miss it, and maybe we'll come back. Hopefully we'll at least be back to visit soon. All right. Adios from the Changs.
This is Joshua Latham signing off from West Africa. God bless and good night.
Now, can we should make a music video.
Like
you know,
a We Love You music video, or?
You know, like we're singing like we loved you guys, but now you're gone, and I could like make masks and wear them around and pretend to be everybody, and then we could like sing about it and get everybody else all riled up. And
That sounds pretty. That sounds good. This is for you.
Pushing out a baby's a lot like having a baby's a lot like pushing a car from Tennessee to Mississippi.
Now and then I think of when we got the Chiefs together. Cruz saw every Spanish-speaking beneficiary for miles. Roper fears that next year she will freeze, and her face turns red about AOCs. But we're still here waiting for Creech to finish his sentence. But you didn't have to drop the scope, make out like it never happened, say I guess I'm done now, or use it for a colposcope. Keep up your practice, keep the baby out of toilet. The clinic always moves so slow. Claim the finish of your record stands so high in number. All that Chester has to go. Now you're just somebody that we used to know. Now you're just somebody that we used to know. Now you're just somebody that we used to know.
Pushing out a baby's a lot like now this may just be me playing inside my sandbox. That boy could talk the horns off a billy goat.
You can get committed to a certain depth of comfort, like always stealing chocolate from my office. Thank you, Jen. But then your patients thought that you made sense, while you're hanging out just like old friends. But I'll admit that I still think that cat was ugly. But you didn't have to cut it off, leaving her and treating us like we were nothing. You left with your laptop and a stranger to a lush. Only Lennox could have burned his boat. And Billy Bowlegs, all his drinks were so high in number. The creepy mustache has to go. Now you're just somebody that we used to know. Now you're just somebody that we used to know.
I ain't feeling too hot today, I got the AIDS. I'd rather clean Grand Central Station with my tongue than eat liver. Watch yourself or I'll jerk a knot in your tail.
Now and then I think of all the times you were in trouble. All the time believing it was 'cause somebody else was dumb. And Tracker must agree themselves, 'cause they impaneled you to yourself. I hear loud breathing through a nose, and I'm reminded of procedures with somebody I used to know. But now it's time to cut you off, treat you like you're an attending and will co-sign nothing. You don't even need us though. We know you can replace us, but you miss Jane. You didn't have to move so slow. The new interns need your desks and they need your numbers. You're all that we have to show. Now you're just somebody that we used to know. Somebody, but now it's time to cut you off. Somebody, you're just somebody that we used to know. Somebody, you didn't have to move so slow. Somebody, new interns need your desks and they need your numbers. And all that we have to show. Somebody, just somebody that we used to know.
That boy just got slapped like an ugly newborn baby. I just love MMA.